All right, we are live. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm Ian Balina, your host, being joined by Bill Noble, our Chief Technical Analyst. And this is time for Crypto Thanksgiving. Time for all of us to share what we're proud for. Bitcoin is bullish. Ethereum is finally moving. Are we going to have a second alt season? Well, we're here to answer and bless everybody with more bullishness in the crypto space. Hey, Bill, how's your weekend?
Ian, hi, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on the show. A lot to be grateful for.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, so this is going out to YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook. Also gets turned into our podcast. Be sure to catch us on the go. Go to tokenmetrics.com/podcast to download all the audio on the go. Get our daily analysis on the go, whether you're on Spotify, uh, Apple, Android, whatever. All right, let's see who was first on the stream. What's up, C Sharp on Twitter? Happy Sunday, brother. Spiritual Alpha, salute. eDog says, when Coinbase is listing Matic. Somebody once told me that possibly when it gets over 100 million market cap. So no guarantees, but let's cross your fingers. Disclosure, I do own Matic and I'm staking that. Okay. Hey, Zenrosi, how are you? Somebody's very bullish on Reserve. Yes, so Reserve has been doing very, very well. I'm still holding that. That was a trade that turned into a HODL. But so far, so good. Heristo says, hey guys, excited to see if there will be any Black Friday news as well. Yes, there is. So stay tuned for the end of the show. We'll have a very, very big, actually probably not end of the show, I'm sorry, but probably more towards the halfway mark, but we have a very big Black Friday promotion for Tokenmetrics. So to all our customers and to all our future customers, we have a promotion for you. So if you've been on the fence, or if you plan to renew, or if you plan to get Tokenmetrics between Friday, so between this coming Black Friday and Cyber Monday will be the best time ever. Maybe not ever, but as of now, yes, the best discount we've ever given out to anybody who wants to buy Tokenmetrics. People have been asking for this. For those who don't know, Tokenmetrics has a very special place when it comes to Black Friday, because that's when we launched. So this is technically our 1 year anniversary, even though we launched on the 29th of November. So basically next Sunday will be our 1 year anniversary, and we'll have something just for that as well. But Black Friday is Christmas for us, because you Tokenmetrics family, you supported, you believed. We launched in the bottom of the bear market.
The absolute bottom.
Altcoins, right? Nobody wanted to touch altcoins, right? And we made it work. And here we are, 1 year, still going strong with the live stream. So very, very excited to bless everybody, because we're thankful to have you all, right? So we want to show our appreciation by giving you the best Black Friday promotion and discount you can get anywhere online, right? So stay tuned. We'll be going through that. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving, bloke. Thank you. Morning from Brisbane, Australia, says Raro Bro. All right. Good day, mate. Happy Monday. Good evening. Hello from Bangkok. Wow, we very, very global live stream. What's up, everybody? So be sure to smash the like buttons, subscribe, and share this with everybody, because this is going to be a stream of a lifetime. Because we're getting into a bull run, and we're giving you the research you need for free on our channel, but we'll also give you a very special discount to purchase Tokenmetrics. And we have, here, let me just confirm this. We have lots of live streams coming up, because it's basically our anniversary week, and we're launching on Black Friday the Quant Grade. The Quant Grade and Trader Grade will be launching this coming week. We're launching it exactly on Black Friday, and as a preview to basically kind of show people what we've been working on, we'll be doing several live streams. So we'll have a live stream tomorrow on Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, specifically on the Quant Grade, kind of walking people through, answering any questions they have. Essentially kind of like a AMA on just the Quant Grade, because this is the biggest innovation we've had. Think of this as us changing out our AI for an even superior AI, right? So we're taking the old AI, putting that into the warehouse, and coming out this new supermodel, right? So This is going to be a game changer. Nobody in crypto is doing anything like this. This is going to take crypto to the moon and beyond. And we think this is going to transform lives. Then we'll also be doing a live stream on Wednesday, the 25th, once again on the quant grade to answer any more questions and basically show you everything before we launch. And then on Friday, on Black Friday, we'll do a third live stream. This will be the Black Friday live stream. We'll be announcing the actual promotion code that you can use to go and get a large discount on Token Metrics. And then we'll have our typical live stream on Sunday. So that's 4 streams. And then we'll have one more live stream on Monday for Cyber Monday. So, I mean, that's the most you guys have ever had of Bill and I in 1 week. So, I mean, hopefully everybody who's watching ends up becoming a customer and ends up joining us and being thankful, because this is going to be a great ride. All right. So with that being said, let me give out the Mentimeter code. So if you have any questions you would like to ask, any questions you are thankful for, just go to menti.com. Let me pull that up here. Just give me a sec. Go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com. Use the code 17378. That's 17378, and submit your questions. All right. So let me just see what else I haven't covered here. But I think with that being said, let's hop straight into the market update with Bill.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now dealing with equity market investors. Introducing the Coinbase effect. I saw a television commercial for a major broker-dealer offering to allow customers to purchase fractional shares of the FANG stocks in case they were too expensive, in an attempt to lure customers back to equities. Well, guess what? It's not going to work. They are coming to PayPal and Coinbase, and it is all over the charts. Now, let's start with Ethereum versus Bitcoin, okay? This is huge for anybody in the alt space. This is also a ray of light for anybody who's holding small alts, wondering if they're ever going to come back. All right, very simply, Ethereum versus Bitcoin's making a head and shoulders bottom, invoking our classic live stream theme. The bigger the base, the higher into space. So the longer, Ethereum has been in Bitcoin's shadow for 2 years. And this momentum indicator in the bottom right corner indicates that Ethereum is only now starting to outperform Bitcoin on the upside. Okay, now, continuing with the good news, if Ethereum is going to continue to outperform Bitcoin, maybe we could get an idea first of where Bitcoin's going to go. It looks like Bitcoin is still traveling on a parabola. That's this yellow line. So this is a daily chart, Sunday, November 22nd. And these black arrows indicate Thursdays. And basically Bitcoin is up either on Thursday or Wednesday or Friday because it's the worst kept secret in crypto. So Bitcoin theoretically could go to 26K. Now, if Bitcoin could go to 26K, can you imagine what can happen in Ethereum on a price basis? Okay. One last word on Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin total market cap. So total number of coins times the price. Obviously, there's a lot more coins out there than there used to be, but it's breaking out. So again, Bitcoin goes first, okay, and then Ether follows. All right, now, Ethereum weekly. That is a nice looking green candlestick right there, okay? And Ethereum has done nothing but disappoint since May of 2018. Right now, we just took out 468. That was the level where it crashed from in July. Folks, the price of certain things has gone up 4 and 5x. I see absolutely no reason why Ether couldn't start at, say, 300 and 5x. It's as simple as that. And you've got the chart saying, Ethereum's going to go up, Bitcoin's going to go up, but Ethereum's going to go up a lot more than Bitcoin, like in percentage terms. So this ETH rally could just be massive. So we can put away all this 2.0 disappointment talk. Forget about it. It's breaking out. Okay. The token metrics day trading portfolio. I have been tracking this for the last 2 weeks. What has been happening with our AI is that it's been identifying day trading plays, and then the market will move so much that you can move the stop and they become hodls. Now, just taking a look at the latest readout, let's just look at the coins in the index. Okay, starting up at the top, Kyber, then Ethereum, OMG, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Dash, Zcash. What do those cryptos have in common? They all trade on Coinbase. Crypto and Bitcoin is not a secret anymore. And ETH is about to make, I think the ETH move is going to stop the presses at places like the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. Okay. People are opening Coinbase accounts, and Coinbase can just let you buy the 5 biggest coins. And that's exactly what's happening. Okay. Alt Market Cap Weekly. Okay. Again, November 22nd, Sunday. This will tell you that these big altcoins, that green candle's almost ridiculous because Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, and Ethereum are all leading the way, right? So huge market cap surge. It's at 197 billion right now. I think it's going to go to 300 billion. Okay. You're just going to have it. Alt market cap is effectively going to double from where it was last live stream. Okay. Marines, let's move out. Chainlink. A lot of these big alts are making this, we call it an accumulation cylinder. It comes from, some seriously old-fashioned stuff from a very good book called Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. It's kind of like the first journal of a professional trader. All right. The guy's name was Jesse Livermore. And Chainlink is currently making a similar formation to where, like, if you see down here where the mouse is, where Chainlink eventually just breaks out. And if it takes out that 15 level, then it can just smoke higher. I think the fact that this has been a difficult trade with a lot of flash crashes and a lot of sitting around means that once Chainlink gets going, it's going to really go. Okay. Speaking of really going, I don't want to be a complete moon boy. There is resistance in Litecoin between 85 and 91. But after that, where is it? Okay. The best reason to like Litecoin is no one likes Litecoin. The idea of using cryptocurrency to pay for things is coming. It's coming. The question of time before somebody goes, gee, Litecoin is like silver and Bitcoin is like gold. So the more of this talk you hear in the media about Bitcoin becoming digital gold, nobody's talking about who's digital silver or who's digital copper or platinum. People are going to get to Coinbase and they're going to see, oh, Litecoin, oh, baby Bitcoin at $85. Gee, I can get 3 of them. That's why it's moving the way it is. Okay. Bitcoin Cash. Once upon a time, they forked Bitcoin because they wanted a better peer-to-peer payment solution. They wanted they wanted Bitcoin, but they wanted it to be a better transactional currency. Remember that? This poor guy's been, they've been giving the people who made Bitcoin Cash such a hard time, right? They forked the coin several times. Guess what? It's breaking out quietly, right? And I think this could be a face melting rally. Yes, disclosure, I've got this and Litecoin in my small portfolio. I believe it's going up because of what's on our AI and because of the flood of money that's coming in. And these currencies, along with ETH, they are a part of the future of money. Like in crypto, it's really fun to make jokes about fiat. Okay. But hey, folks, guess what? Now it's not a joke anymore. Now we really are going to take dollar, yen, Swiss franc, sterling, Canadian dollar, and replace it with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple. Okay. Don't forget Polkadot. Okay. So all of these big alts, like I said, they are all doing this sort of like cone formation. So again, November 22nd, Sunday, this is a 12-hour chart of DOT. Okay. Right here, you can see DOT doing this really big breakout, wild action and consolidation. Folks, look, you can stake this and make a lot of money. And as ETH takes off, DOT's going to take off, and then DeFi is going to take off, right? Like these big coins, they are now the best blue chip investments out there. Let me say that again. DOT, ETH, and the big altcoins are some of the best investments out there. Okay, XRP. You know, I was kind of outside the box last live stream, basically saying that everyone is talking about central bank digital currencies. So everybody thinks it's a good idea if governments get involved and create centralized crypto assets. Okay, I'm okay with that. But one day I was looking at the Ripple chart and I was like, wait a minute. If it's okay for governments to create centralized currencies, there already is one, and no one likes it, and no one owns it. And even the people that run it do nothing but sell it. So if they stopped selling and everyone started buying, like on Coinbase, what would happen to the price? Well, it go from 30 cents to 47 cents where there's technical resistance. And if it breaks that, it's probably going right to 71. And honestly, you know, if it breaks 47 cents, I don't see why it can't just go to $2. I mean, somebody could theoretically partner with Ripple and instantaneously get involved in the digital currency game. This could be a private sector entity. Like, you know, Facebook wanted to make Libra. Well, why would any private sector company like Google or any of these players make their own blockchain when one exists like Ripple? Almost like a potential takeover target. So I'm just one-upping myself on my Ripple crazy. But if you look at the stochastics on the chart, right? I mean, this move just started where this black arrow is. Okay, so people with small coins. I have this. I own this. I like this. I like the chart. It has a triangle and a head and shoulders bottom. So I do want to take some time because I do think people, even with this rally, I think this rally is probably making some altcoin traders even more depressed, right? Because the stuff that they don't own, maybe minus Yearn, Uni, and Aave, really isn't going anywhere. Okay. The rising tide lifts all boats. Okay. So I noticed used to be called like cryptotherapy. So let me dive into that aspect of it. If you've got a group of coins and they all did, you know, they were all up a lot and now they're down, and you're asking yourself, you know, what should I do? Okay, step one, take a look at the portfolio and admit to yourself the stuff that you FOMO'd into that was no good, right? It didn't have a good story or a good chart. And then get rid of those and reallocate the capital to some of the coins that we're talking about. Now, the stuff you do like that does have a good story, that may have a good quant grade in a couple days, right? Because all that new stuff's coming out. You'll be able to reevaluate your portfolio. But folks, keep the faith. Why is everybody getting depressed? Are you kidding me? This is the herd that drove equities to absurd valuations, created, distortions in society in terms of the people that owned equities and how much they benefited. That tidal wave is coming to crypto, right? So, I mean, I don't see why a Ren can't break out. I mean, if Ripple can go to 3, if Polkadot can go to 10, if Chainlink can go to 30, okay, then, Ren can go to 60 cents and your altcoin that you're holding can also do a lot better, right? Now, I am starting to see a little bit in things like DIA, where you have these, like, this is a very short-term chart. On this 89-minute chart, you see this like cylinder where it sort of goes back and forth, but it's upward sloping. So again, this is an intraday chart. It's November 22nd, Sunday. So, this may have played out one way or the other, but this looks like something that really wants to go, right? And I know there's a lot of other stuff out there that's moving. Well, folks, you gotta keep the faith here. You gotta get involved, right? I know it's your mom and dad's crypto that's moving right now, but people, this is a tidal wave of money.
That was great, Bill. That was great. I mean, yeah, I mean, we have to huddle on strong. So let's take some questions here from the audience. Okay, so some people are saying Litecoin is useless. Some people are saying XRP is moving. I mean, so first of all, when Bill's talking about all these coins, he's talking about these coins from a technical analysis standpoint, not from a fundamental or code review, because we all know Litecoin pretty much has like one developer working on it, and that person hasn't really put anything recent on GitHub, right? So we're not speaking to the quality of the project from a fundamental standpoint, purely from technical analysis. Right? So purely for people who are trading with short-term time horizons, essentially speculators, right? People who don't really care so much for fundamentals, right? They care that Litecoin is liquid. Litecoin is now on PayPal, right? And there've been rumors in the media that PayPal is buying 70% of the new Bitcoin supply that's being mined every day. I mean, if that's true, that is insane. That's very, very bullish for Bitcoin, but also I think for all the other assets on PayPal as well. I mean, PayPal is the new Coinbase. Yeah. Bill, any thoughts on PayPal?
Yeah, I mean, his PayPal story is unbelievable, right? People need to pay their bills, right? This is, I have absolutely been pounding the table on this for so long. People cannot pay their bills. Food lines making headlines in Texas where I live. Okay. My household's been giving food to people. PayPal is like, well, you know what? We're not going to sit around and wait for a government. We're going to be remembered as the corporation that put purchasing power back in the hands of the people. So, if PayPal is just going to be like, well, I'm going to take it all, this will be a reminder that this is token metrics paradise. There's more than one cryptocurrency. What? Oh my God, who knew? I mean, this means Ether and all those other coins that have big market caps are going to find themselves in people's portfolios. And then people are going to discover their stories. So yes, you're right. I'm looking just at the charts of Litecoin, but can you imagine all the other high quality stuff that's out there? What that's going to do when this tidal wave hits? Like, people are going to get Bitcoin and they're going to get crypto happy. That's what I call it. They're going to get the crypto grin. Okay. And they're going to want to play. Okay. And when they play, where do they play? With token metrics and altcoins.
Yeah. So comment here from Magni1. PayPal is huge in the UK. A wallet on everyone's phone here, basically. Then somebody says, Remain says, let's hope people don't discover BSV. LOL. thank you for the kind words, Bao on Twitter. Okay, somebody's asking, PayPal will list XRP and RSR. Nobody knows. I mean, if they list XRP, I mean, XRP is going to the moon and beyond. Because when you add PayPal liquidity and you add XRP's very small price visually, newbies are just going to eat that up. Not financial advice. All right, so with that being said, tell us what you think about Bill's market update. Share down below, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with your crypto family. Okay, all right, so let's now switch to Crypto Showdown. So once again, if you have any questions that you want to submit, or if you want to participate in the show, go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com. Use the code 17378. That's 17378 at menti.com. So Crypto Showdown. Which cryptocurrency will do best in December? We're wrapping up the year, one month left. So we're getting 2 DeFi projects in one blockchain. We have Aave, we have Cosmos, and we have Compound. So far, Aave is in the lead. Bill, let's walk through those coins from a TA perspective.
Okay.
And as Bill does that, go to menti.com and tell us what you think.
All right. So here, so Aave, right? So there's not a lot of history to go on. It's a 4-hour chart. But here's what I can tell you about this. When you get in a mega bull cycle, you'll only see brief dips. You won't even be able to buy them. You may not be awake. They'll be like flash crashes. So, right here in Aave, again, November 22nd, it's a 4-hour chart, right? So it's a short-term chart. But you can see that, when Aave breaks below, say, a 23% retracement fib number, right around 70, that buyers immediately come back in, right? They flush the stops and then they bring it right back. So, I mean, this is something that I think people are just going to be looking to buy no matter what, right? No matter what they think of the fundamentals, this is them and Yearn and Uni. Okay, they're emerging as like the, DeFi 2.0. All right. Compound. All right. Let's go over here, check Compound. Okay. So Compound, it just can't get going, right? Let me see if I can get a better chart here. Okay. So this is, say, basically a 20-hour chart. Let me just label it for the longevity of the video. It just can't get going, right? In other words, basically what happens in Compound is as soon as it gets to that area right here, okay? So this was sort of the area where it first initially bottomed and then it kind of cracked and crashed, okay? So Compound's got to start doing something good. Now, on a side note, when DeFi started back in July, I came up with this really crazy idea of buy resistance. So, Compound kind of looks awful here. It runs up. I don't think it's going to do better than Aave, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something. If this thing ever took out 125, okay, you got a lot of work. Remember this idea, the bigger the base, the higher in the space? Okay. So I don't think Compound is on a FOMO list, but I don't think I'd blame anybody who wanted to add this to a portfolio on a dip. All right. And what was your third coin?
So we had Compound, Cosmos, and Aave.
Okay. All right. Now, Cosmos. Major major dark horse, in my opinion. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That means, okay, that Cosmos could be doing something where, it goes up. And we've talked about this on prior streams and what we look for in a moonshot. It goes up and then it corrects. And then it starts to go up again, say here, and then it corrects. And then it starts to go up again, and then it comes off. Now, folks, if Chainlink's going to 30, I'm pretty sure Cosmos offers staking via Coinbase. Okay. So I don't immediately see, I don't know if it's going to be massive upside, but Cosmos could surprise you as to what it could do, right? In other words, I don't see any reason why this can't go to 12, right? You see this huge rally from 1.5 to 8? Yeah, I don't see why it can't go from 5 to 12.
All right, that's great analysis there, Bill. Let's also just briefly share what we're seeing here from Token Metrics. So looking at Aave, so grade-wise, Aave and Cosmos are pretty neutral, basically kind of okay. If we go to the price predictions, okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, so nothing too bullish. So we're basically kind of at a neutral standpoint here, according to the AI. Then if we go to the price prediction, it's actually bullish on Cosmos. So to kind of echo what Bill is saying, there could be some positive upside here as we kind of head into December. And then if we go to compound price prediction, so this also does see compound going up. And if we go to the overall grade, factoring in fundamentals, technology, and everything, compound is actually the coin Token Metrics is most bullish on from a holistic standpoint, right? So in other words, if you're a value investor who's going to hold longer than a quarter, so let's say 6 to 12 months or longer, this is the coin we would be most bullish on. So in ways, kind of buying the dip, so to speak. Now, if we switch to trader, it goes to 79. So this is for somebody who's looking to trade in the next one month or less. So as a trade, Cosmos is actually better. And if we go to Aave here, yeah, so we would say Cosmos is the trade of the month, followed by Compound, followed by Aave. Now, if you're a long-term hodler, it will be the other way around. It will be Compound going first, right? So now going back to question to crypto showdown, which crypto will do best in December? Wow, okay, very interesting. So the community has spoken. The winner is Aave. Aave first, followed by Cosmos, followed by Compound. Very, very interesting. I think lots of people like Aave for DeFi. Now, Aave has been doing pretty well. And actually, our QuantGrade was also very, very bullish on Aave. And as mentioned, we'll be launching the QuantGrade on Black Friday. So stay tuned, stay tuned. It's going to be fireworks, spectacular. All right, so with that being said, tell us what you think. Bill, any comments on the winner?
You know what? Not a surprise. Okay. I'm viewing Aave as like a leadership for the whole group. So, first it was Uni and Yearn. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then Aave took off, and then the whole market took off. DeFi 2.0 is going to happen. Nobody is talking about this. Nobody. Everyone's like, oh, okay. We had DeFi and it's no.
That was preseason.
Okay? Yeah. I mean, that was preseason, right? It's like the main event, because keep in mind, folks, PayPal is making Bitcoin collateral. PayPal, when history is written, will have made DeFi, because it will have made and cemented Bitcoin as collateral. And I think the same thing is going to wind up being true of ETH, because everybody who missed the Bitcoin game you're going to start seeing headlines of such and such player buys ETH.
Okay, so speaking of that, so do you see basically, because for the first time in history, retail investors and traders are front-running institutions in crypto, right? Now, because now all these hedge fund managers can't look stupid not having Bitcoin. What if they missed a boat? Do they buy ETH? Can you kind of speak on that?
Sure. So let's talk about what I would call the monkey see, monkey do phenomenon, right? If you have a fund manager and their returns beat their peers because they owned crypto, everybody will want to go invest with them. Also implying that the people who did not own crypto at their year-end review, they will have like a WTF experience. They're like, well, how could you not have owned it? Like, how could you not own Tesla or Netflix? It's the same game all over again. So if they don't own it, or if they don't figure it out, because we're also noticing this when dealing with the press, there's a lot of people who are really curious about crypto, but they don't know how to talk about it. So they call us and we help them, and that's great. But again, at the institutional level, if you told some, equities head that, he had to get involved in crypto, they don't know what to do. Like, the token metrics sphere of influence, people are tuning in for information, but institutions are okay to pretend like, they don't need to know this. Well, guess what? They do need to know it, or they're going to be unemployed and unemployable. And I don't say these things lightly because I would never want that to happen to anybody. Seriously. But this institutional pain trade, like, you think you feel bad if you miss a trade where, cryptocurrency X goes from 10 cents to $1? Well, what if that was like your job or your career, right? So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people wonder,
worse.
like, how come Tesla can move the way it does? How come equities never go down? It's because of this, sort of like odd form of FOMO, where if one person's doing it, the other person has to do it. And now, again, retail is coming in and they're going, oh, okay. So we have Bitcoin, we have little Bitcoin, medium-sized Bitcoin, cool cryptocurrency with Ethereum, Chainlink connects everything, Polkadot's the new Ethereum. Okay, excellent. Buy everything. Let's go. Here's 10,000. Everybody puts in 10,000. It's gone. And then the institutions have to come in and drain it out. Final point on this. So here's what we're used to in crypto. We're used to sit, 10x, crash. That's not going to be the way it is. When you have institutions coming in and monkey see, monkey do in effect, then they're not just going to buy every dip. They're going to buy every day. They're just going to start draining it out of the system. And you might get these flash crashes. Maybe somebody tries to push it down so they can buy it, or there's a temporary interruption in the algo that drains it all out. But that's what's happening. The same thing in equities. That price action that you see in Bitcoin is now being moved over to crypto. And I do know a lot of professional crypto heads that are having problems trying to, like, they're going like, where's the dip? Where's the flush to 14K? Right. You might get the flush to 14K, but not if every institution has to buy it before the end of the year.
That's amazing. I mean, very, very bullish on Bitcoin and crypto all the way into 2021. I think it's going to be a great new year.
Right. I mean, it's twofold, right? In other words, if you're in charge of an investment firm, you want to know, well, are you involved? Yes or no? And then the next question is, how do you plan to get involved big next year? It's not a 3-month phenomenon. As one guy on Twitter said, we're not going back to 3K again. So, these institutions have to come up with the 2021 plan. And that's, I think, when you're going to see the whole space just smoke.
All right, sounds good. So let us know. Are you very, very bullish on Bitcoin and crypto? Tell us down below. Smash the like buttons if you're bullish on Bitcoin and crypto, and if you think it's going to the moon and beyond. Okay, all right, so time for the next segment. Okay, so it's now time for question of the day. Okay, so go to menti.com, menti.com, use the code 17378. That's 17378. Question of the day. First option, question is alt season here? So first answer, yes, and I'm buying right now. Second, not yet. Bitcoin is still in the spotlight. And third option, it is hard to say. So go to Menti and tell us what you think. Do you think alt season is here, or do you think we're still in a Bitcoin market right now? Bill, what do you think?
I think it's going to be hard for small alts until Bitcoin gets above 20K, right? I think it's Bitcoin and the big alts. And then I think once Bitcoin like reprices itself, probably around 25K, that's my guess. That's
Now,
when you can get the smaller alts moving.
So how does the Bitcoin dominance look like right now?
Okay, give me a second to pull that up.
Okay, no worries. So as he pulls that up, Murky on YouTube says, I think Bitcoin has to break its previous all-time high. I agree as well. Tom Snyder says, I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin, Ethereum mainly, and other alts. I'm very excited about what is to come. Definitely, we all are. Okay, Brian has a question, which will go up more, Ether, Bitcoin? That's a very, very good question. Let's find out.
Okay, so this is the daily chart of Bitcoin dominance, Sunday, November 22nd. Okay, so if we look at like your basic Elliott wave on this, Bitcoin dominance did a classic 5-wave structure. It went through a resistance point, made everyone think that alts were dead. And then all of a sudden, okay, alts recover thanks to Ethereum and all the big altcoins. If we look at the weekly chart, okay, if we look at the weekly chart, okay, look at this horrible candlestick that's forming there in Bitcoin dominance. Okay.
So one could say we're close to peaking with Bitcoin dominance.
Right. No, I think Bitcoin dominance has topped. Right. It's just a question of now it's a question of navigating these like consolidations. You know, when you get these scary dips, you know, it's very characteristic in a bull market that, you know, you have to be there. Let the scary dip like run its course, take a deep breath. It looks like it's going to zero, and then just add to your positions.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I would say it's tough to say, right? I mean, so because I feel like alts have been moving. I mean, obviously not every single altcoin has been moving, but the good alts have been moving. For example, like I own Reserve and Synthetics, and those coins have been moving in the last few weeks. And I really check prices, but whenever I do, I've been seeing them just having green days, right? And I feel like the high quality alts are being bought up. People are taking profits from Bitcoin and going shopping and buying the dip. So I'm not going to say we're totally in alt season. I think we'll know we're in alt season when we come on the show, and all the questions are chart this new coin that did a 10x, 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 10x. Right? If anything, actually, that's probably the peak of alt season.
Right? I was just going to say that's when it's over, right?
Yeah, that was basically August.
Right.
All right, so back to question of the day. So the winner is yes, I am buying alts right now. All right, that's very, very interesting. So tell us which altcoins you are buying down in the comments below, and smash the like button if you voted for the winner. Yes. Okay. Ox says this is DeFi season of me. VeChain is moving. ADA will outperform Polkadot. Okay, interesting. Somebody's very bullish on Cardano there. All right. Okay, actually, yeah. So great comment here from Ace. Buy any Bitcoin you can, as even the Mexican billionaire buying OTC. Bitcoin shorted inevitable. Okay, that is very interesting. So for those who don't know, there was a story about a Mexican billionaire buying Bitcoin. Let me see if I can pull that up here. Mexican billionaire Bitcoin. Okay, yeah. So basically, can you all see my screen here? Okay. So this is Forbes. Mexican billionaire reveals government fears sparked his shock Bitcoin investment. Okay. So who's in the name of this guy? Okay, Ricardo Salinas Pliego, Mexico's second richest man, revealed this week he has bought Bitcoin to protect from government expropriation. I mean, this is big. This is big time. I mean, Mexico. I mean, lots of. I mean, even in China, right, and lots of countries, lots of wealthy people, even in America, right, because of whether it's Biden or taxes or what have you, people are looking for ways to hedge themselves, and Bitcoin and crypto is the best hedge. And now the whole world knows. I mean, we've known since like 2016 or even prior to that, but now the whole world knows, and now we're just riding the rocket ship. All right, so that being said, tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay, all right, let's go on to the next section. Okay, all right, so it's now time for cryptotherapy. So we haven't had this in a while, but the segment is back. So let's record this. So cryptotherapy, do you have a crypto question? You can call us toll free at 1-888-90-token. That's 1-888-908-6536. Go there, leave your voicemail, ask any question for Bill and I to answer, and we'll do our best to answer that on the show. So this is actually a question from Mike, who is in the private network. First of all, Mike, thank you so much for being a member of the professional network. Always great having you in the chat. So let me go ahead and play the audio. Let me know if you can hear this, Bill. Can you hear?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, let me try this again.
Yeah. Hey, I got two questions for you.
Can you hear now?
Question number one, what do you think will happen as far as the Fed and its balance sheet? Will it add crypto to it eventually? If so, do you think it'll be sooner? Or do you think it'll be a little bit later? With all this talk about CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, are they blockchain? Are they not blockchain? There's a lot of confusion on that. I think that would actually be an additional second topic. My third question really.
Okay, so let's first answer that question. So will the Fed add crypto to a balance sheet? Actually, I mean, so Bill has a very interesting take on this. So I'll have Bill go first. Bill?
Hey, folks, this is a no-brainer, okay? Once upon a time, the Fed would do quantitative easing, but that was supposedly just in bonds. So the Fed would print money, buy bonds, put the bonds on their balance sheet, right? Now, magically, every time the Fed would do that, S&P would go up. So the Fed never told anybody that they had S&P on their balance sheet, and we didn't know that until they started doing it officially in March. But let's think about this. Why wouldn't the Fed's bought everything else? They bought the whole corporate junk bond market. What's left? What's left? Okay. And let's face it, there was a very ugly incident between the Treasury and the Fed where the Treasury apparently in some sort of like scorched earth policy, the Treasury told the Fed that it couldn't do any more of a certain type of emergency loans. And the Fed was furious, right? The Fed was like, it's the end of the year. It's the holidays. What are you doing? So why am I telling you this? Well, because the Fed could buy crypto slowly, not just moon everything, but just slowly join the list of people who are just going to drain all the big crypto out of the market. And then people open up Coinbase or PayPal, and there's the Fed. Instead of handing out digital dollar, which we've talked about, which you can use to buy a variety of things, now You put crypto inside PayPal, and then the Fed puts crypto on its balance sheet, or you can get a Binance or Coinbase one-day debit card. And the next thing you know, the Fed can do a very small program that can put purchasing power in a lot of people's hands. People cannot pay their bills. I mean, they're closing highways to hand out food. I mean, I know it's a crypto show, but the Fed and crypto is easy. And also, one more thing. You know, the Chinese are like, oh, we're super cool. We're coming out with our digital currency. You know what, folks? Let me tell you something. If the Fed gets involved, or the Fed is said to get involved, or anybody talks about it, and crypto starts mooning, what do you want to own? The digital renminbi or ETH at 500 on its way to 2,000? The excitement level of getting these cryptocurrencies moving and the wealth effect it can have for Americans is compelling. And the Fed's going to get involved if they're not involved already.
Yeah. I mean, so I definitely do agree. I think that is a possibility. I think I'm probably more cautious because I feel like once that happens, I mean, the cat's out of the bag. I mean, like, pretty much it's like all systems go. But I think my opinion is that a different country, probably a smaller country, will be the first guinea pig to do it. I don't think America would be that brave enough to be first to do it. They'll probably just wait and see some of the small country do it and see how that goes, and then kind of adapt from that. But I think eventually in the future, I think it's definitely going to happen, right? Because I mean, if they're going to have digital dollar, I think it's inevitable, especially if Bitcoin keeps on. If Bitcoin becomes the reserve currency of the internet, they have to. They have to, and I think that's the path we're heading towards. All right, great question, Michael. Okay, let's get to the other question Michael had. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so how valid is stock to flow model was the question. Actually, can you guys see my screen?
I can't see your screen.
Did you hear the voicemail?
I didn't hear the voicemail. I do know the stock to flow guys have been right in Bitcoin. I don't necessarily track it, but they were the ones who were bullish after the halving.
Okay, all right. Apologies. Let me play that. Looks like my Zoom is acting up now. Okay, let's try that again. Apologies, everybody. Okay, all right. Okay, maybe we can do that. Anyway, yeah. So actually, you know what? Because I hear a lot about stock to flow model, but honestly, I've never really been too into it. I think maybe because I'm an altcoiner. So to me, the stock to flow model doesn't really make too much sense because I feel like it's Bitcoin maximalist way of finding a model to justify themselves, right? Now, I did do some initial research into this, and what I found here, there are lots of people who criticize the model, right? So now this is from Forbes. Let me just go here to the top if I just want to find the article, right? So this says, serious warning issued over $300,000 Bitcoin stock to flow price model. And just quick highlights here, right? So the whole model rests on the wrong assumption that there is coin integration, essentially a long-running relationship between two or more variables, between price and scarcity, right? For those who don't know, basically stock to flow model is a way to measure the scarcity of Bitcoin. And it basically says that Bitcoin thus far is the second most scarce asset. And I believe by the next halving will be even more scarce than gold itself, right? And basically gold is scarce because there's X amount of supply and there's very little new supply being introduced, right? Then there's this other article here from CoinDesk, right? It's called "Why the Stock to Flow Bitcoin Valuation Model is Wrong." This is by Nico Cordero, if I pronounce that right. Now, basically, this is what it looks like, right? Basically, showing the scarcity of Bitcoin. But I'm here. The points here I want to highlight is, according to this model, if you extrapolate it out all the way until 2045, it's predicting that Bitcoin will be worth $235 billion. Now, I mean, hey, I love Bitcoin, but I mean, if it's at that price, that is insane. That is beyond the moon, right? And they go on to say that from a theoretical point of view, the model is based on the rather strong assertion that the US dollar market capitalization of a monetary good, i.e. gold and silver, is derived directly from their rate of new supply. No evidence or research is provided to support this idea, other than the singular data points selected to chart gold and silver's market cap against Bitcoin's trajectory. So, I mean, we're all for Bitcoin getting to $235 billion, right, for one Bitcoin by 2045. But if the model is very, very bullish like that, I mean, that's why I feel like it's kind of a model designed for Bitcoin moon boys, right? And don't get me wrong, I mean, we're all crypto moon boys and girls, but I mean, that is very, very bullish, right? And as mentioned, lots of assumptions in the model aren't really solid, right? So I think it's good to look at, it's good to use as one data point, but I don't believe it should be the only data point you look at if you're investing or trading Bitcoin. Any other comments, Bill?
You know, when it comes to, this is like the new thing, right? The new thing is to have huge, grandiose price targets for Bitcoin, right? Particularly it's coming from the banks. Folks, I think the grandiose predictions that you need to be making are about total crypto market cap, right? In other words, you know, there's no reason that crypto can't be worth 1 or 2 trillion when equities is worth 14 or 15 trillion, right? The market cap of Zoom is the size of Exxon. I mean, that's basically the #1 oil producer in the United States and a huge player worldwide. So equities have shown you that huge changes in valuation can occur. So it's really more like, you know, how many trillions can the whole crypto market be worth rather than just like a grandiose Bitcoin price target.
Okay, so some comments here from the audience. Let's pull them up. Okay, Tom says Bitcoin is extremely scarce. If Cash App and PayPal are able to eat up all that has been mined recently. Great point. Great point. Okay. Yeah. So let me see what other comments we have here. Not enough to fill the contracts. Okay. All right. So tell us what you think down in the comments below, and be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, crypto family. Because I mean, hey, if Bitcoin is going to $235 billion, I think they definitely need to know. All right. So keep the questions coming. Okay, so we had a few other people actually dial in real time, I believe. Let me refresh and see if we can get some of these voicemails on the air. Okay, so cryptotherapy. I guess someone's asking about the coin here. Unfortunately, we can't really answer coin questions, but here's a question about PayPal that we should be able to answer. There's no... Okay, here, just give me a sec.
Hi, I have a question. Why isn't anybody talking about PayPal and cryptocurrency since you can't take it out or put your own cryptocurrency in PayPal's account. Therefore, they don't need to purchase. So why isn't anybody talking about the fact that they don't need to purchase Bitcoin to sell you Bitcoin, since you can't take it out their platform?
All right. Great question. Great question. Did you hear that, Bill? It came through?
Yes. So the question
Yes?
is,
Okay.
yes, the question is, you can't move the crypto in or out like an exchange.
PayPal.
So why is it such a big deal? Well, in some ways, the fact that people are kind of penned in is the bullish thing, right? In other words, people are not getting stimulus checks, folks. And I don't think the government can afford to hand them out. So how does their purchasing power increase when their income is down? You either get more money, or the money you has to go farther, right? So PayPal has figured out, oh my God, we're going to make money. We're going to get famous. We're going to help our customers, and we're actually going to help society. Now, coming back to the reader's question. Yes, it's not like a crypto exchange, but I think this is where people who are been hardcore crypto are going to need to let the newbies do their thing, right? Like, newbies don't necessarily want to ship crypto from, my hard wallet to an exchange, then to MetaMask. They don't want to do that. They just want to buy crypto and then either go to the grocery store or buy crypto and get a Lambo, right? That's what they heard. That's part of the legend of crypto, right? So if they can start doing that in PayPal, the issue is the number of people who want to start doing it in PayPal, right? Like, Uniswap has a certain audience. It's small. Okay. Coinbase has maybe a larger audience, although it's the same volume. But imagine what happens if all those accounts get active. Then think about all the PayPal accounts and all these unbanked people who have now got crypto access, right? That's, PayPal is used by people who don't have bank accounts. So it's getting the emerging markets involved, as well as people in the developed world that are crushed by the pandemic. Plus, let's also face facts. Once people get crypto happy on PayPal, it's easy to open an account with an exchange, right? It's easy. It's happening. It's happening right now. That's why Litecoin, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, and all this stuff with questionable value propositions from time to time is just ripping.
Yeah, fully agree. In a way, PayPal is slowly educating people about crypto. So they don't want to risk anybody losing the funds. So if you can only buy crypto on PayPal and keep it on PayPal, you can't transfer it out of your account to any other addresses. That means you can't get hacked, which is, I would say, probably the biggest concern people have in crypto, because not everyone is a techie. So PayPal is giving them security and comfort. And the initial use case for using PayPal is not really so much to speculate or trade per se, but I would say it's just to get people using Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and getting them involved in the digital economy. And then you can slowly kind of let them go out, right? So in a way, it's kind of having people walk first, having people crawl, walk, run, and then fly, right? We can't have people flying from day one, because just look at DeFi, right? Because in the last 2 weeks, I've been reading about so many hacks in DeFi. It seems like that this is getting out of hand, right? And if anything, I feel like there's going to be something that, because all this attention, because I was speaking to a lawyer last week, and he told us frankly that most of these projects get attention brought onto themselves because of the hack, right? For example, the DAO hack for Ethereum. That's what the SEC used to go back and say, okay, Ethereum was a security at this time, because that was a high-profile event. So if all the high profile events in crypto are people losing their money, that's something that's something the SEC also wants to regulate and control and make sure people have protection. So with that being said, thank you for that on the fly question. I definitely like that. So with that being said, let us know what you think about PayPal getting into crypto and Bitcoin. Are you bullish on PayPal being in Bitcoin and crypto? Smash the like buttons and tell us down below. Okay, all right. And speaking of that, I've not been able to see how to get PayPal in my, how to buy Bitcoin in my PayPal. I'm not sure if that's because I have a business PayPal or something, but if somebody can show me that, because I haven't spent too much time looking into it, but just want to kind of see how that is done. Okay, all right. So here's a question from the forum. So for those who don't know, we do have a forum, online forum, where you can go and join the Token Metrics community. Go there, invite your friends, participate. We're taking questions from our audience there. We're trying to get more involved. So after the show, you can come here and submit any questions you have, right? So one question taken from here is a question we answer almost all the time, but this time is for 2021, which we haven't really quite answered. So DeFi projects to watch for 2021. I would say pretty much the same. So here, we can kind of do a preview of the quant grade. And this is something we haven't really, so as mentioned, we're doing a live stream tomorrow, which is Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be going through the new quant grade. It'll be a live stream just on the quant grade, so mark your calendar, turn on alerts, notifications to make sure you don't miss this, because this is going to be the biggest change in token metrics ever, right? Just give me a second here. I'm pulling up the quant grade. Right now, we're still kind of just showing everything behind the scenes. But for 2021, I think we need to have a longer time frame. So let's say you plan on hodling for a year, right? So if you had to hodl for a year, what projects would we hodl, right? Based just purely on the quant grade. Now, not financial advice. This is still experimental because it's not live yet. But the quant grade for 1 year time frame is very, very bullish on synthetics. So that's SNX. The other DeFi would be REN, REN. And those are the top 2 DeFi projects. Now, if we change the time frames and go to quarterly, just give me a second here. The quarterly time frame would also add in, actually not, that's monthly. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Doing this live on the air. So if we are looking at a quarterly time frame, Aave is number 1 actually. So we have Aave, we have ThorChain. I know this has been very popular on social media because this is basically cross-chain assets. In a way, you could kind of consider this part of DeFi, I guess. Synthetics again is in there. Hex, I guess you could also say Hex is part of DeFi, but those are the projects our models see at the moment. Bill, any comments on any of those from your standpoint?
Yes. I would love to talk about synthetics, actually. Is that SNX?
Yes.
Okay. This speaks to the power of the give up trade. Okay. So this is SNX 12-hour chart, November 22nd. Here's what everyone thought of DeFi at the start of November. Crashing out of the bottom of this triangle, the sky is falling, and then look what happens. It just smokes to the upside, right? It goes from 2.5 to 5. Now, when I look at something like this, I say to myself, remember the Star Wars movies? The original ones? Remember how The Empire Strikes Back, the second movie in the trilogy, was the best movie? Same thing with The Matrix and The Lord of the Rings. Okay. DeFi 2.0 is going to be enormous, right? Like, I don't see any reason why synthetics can't go to 10, because that would correspond with, you know, DOT at 10 or Chainlink at 30, right? So follow my logic. Elliott wave, up, correction. And then this is a new big up move. Okay. Now, let me see if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can. I actually went to the beach to study Elliott wave in person to see if I could replicate for the audience what DeFi 2.0 is going to look like. Okay. Can you see this video?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the Gulf of Mexico. So this little wave right here, this is DeFi 1.0. Okay. Okay. That's DeFi 2.0. All this out here. Okay. That's the 3 wave and the 5 wave. Okay. Literally, this guy sat on a beach. I know it's an artificial intelligence data provider. I know, but I had to provide something, something colorful to explain to people what is going to happen when there's another round of DeFi. And if I may say so, friends, you are in just the right place at just the right time, because our quant system is designed to identify not only the current DeFi coins that are going to take off, but it's also designed to allow the new ones, like if there's anything that comes out on Polkadot, or if there's a whole other round of DeFi coins that are more stable and this whole, you know, harmful rug pulling thing stops, the new coins can be processed by Token Metrics quickly. So the question is DeFi 2.0 coming? Oh, yes. Where can you learn about it, trade it, and profit from it? That would be Token Metrics. You know, like most of the time, Ian has a professional sales background, so I let him sell Token Metrics when we're on these live streams. After seeing that thing in the ocean, I walked away and I was like, oh my God, you know, we're going to tell people about this wave before it happens.
Yeah, I mean, DeFi is going to be huge. I think it's going to be the catalyst that takes altcoins, let me correct myself, the good altcoins to the moon and beyond. So as to kind of recap, the altcoins we're like when it comes to DeFi, Synthetics, Aave, Thorchain, Hex as a trade. I mean, Hex has been doing great. Even though people say it's a scam, whatever, hey, it's done a 50x. Right? So let that speak for itself. Right? So if you like money and you like trading, just know that hedge yourself. Don't put too much money. Don't. If anything, I would not put more than 5% in Hex of your crypto portfolio at all. Right? But it is a good hedge. Even the quant grade likes it. And all the others we mentioned, I think that was mainly it. All right. Tell us if you missed any other DeFi coins that you're very, very bullish on for 2021. Oh, Ren. Yes, Ren. Thank you, Lynn, for that. And with that being said, tell us what you think down below. Okay, all right. Moving on to the AMA. All right, so if you have any questions you would like to ask, go to menti.com, menti.com. Use the code 17378, that's 17378 to submit your question. All right, so a question to Bill. What are your thoughts on DPI, DeFi Pulse Index? Do you think it will attract current and future investors to buy it, as the idea of an index is popular in traditional finance? DK. All right.
Okay, so the answer is anytime you get an index that makes it easier for people to trade a theme without having to be a stock picker, I think people are going to like it, right? With DeFi Pulse, Okay. So, as you can see with this is a 4-hour chart of DeFi Pulse versus Wrapped ETH from Uniswap, right? Now, again, this goes back to my joke about the natural rhythm, right? Okay. Okay, there's a 5-wave move, and then it goes straight down, and everybody goes, "Oh my God." But again, it's a 4-hour chart here on November 22nd. And look, DeFi Pulse is holding the 50% retracement line. Now, again, that's probably because ETH smoked higher. Okay. So there's probably a little bit of a twist with this particular DeFi index. Okay. But don't count these small coins out, right? It's like it's in equities, we would call it sector rotation, right? In other words, first Bitcoin goes up, then Ethereum goes up, then small alts go up, right? And whatever's getting wrecked, unless it's low quality, if it's getting hit, buy it, right? If you've bought it and it's gone up and it dips, you've earned the right to take risk, okay? So if you want to get involved in DeFi, you can get involved in DeFi tokens down here. Now, would I trade a pair against Ethereum? I wouldn't bet against anything that has an Ethereum pair, right? If you're going to buy something that has a BTC pair, right? Bitcoin can go up 25 or 30%, but your altcoin can 4x. You want to be long the right altcoin, but Ethereum can also 4x.
Yeah, so great point there, Bill. So I'll add to that, right? Since here at Tokenmetrics, we strongly believe in indices. That's why we also have our AI indices as well. And speaking of that, we'll be launching the new quant indices that are specific to exchanges. This is something our customers have been asking for, and this will be a game changer as well, because now we can create indices. For example, we can create a quant grade just for Binance coins, just for Uniswap coins, just for Coinbase coins. So people don't have to scour and go through multiple exchanges to buy the index. They can just buy everything on that exchange. So we're trying to make this as easy for you as possible. So if you haven't yet already, be sure to go to tokenmetrics.com and subscribe this Black Friday, because we'll be doing a Black Friday promotion, which is probably now a good time for us to bring that up, actually. Okay, so let me just get this ready. All right, so drum rolls, please. This has been 1 year in the making. For those who don't know, Tokenmetrics launched on Black Friday. So this was that was the 29th of November in 2019. So even though this Black Friday is not technically our birthday, it's close to our birthday. So it's our Black Friday birthday anniversary. Tokenmetrics is 1 year young, and people have been asking us, can you guys do a Black Friday promotion? We'll do something even better. We'll do a Black Friday and Cyber Monday promotion. So this applies to any new customer and to our current customers as well. So that means whether your plan is up for renewal this month, or whether you purchased Tokenmetrics a month ago or 6 months ago, you can also get this discount, right? So what is the discount? So we're giving away 40% off on Tokenmetrics if you subscribe between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. That's basically 4 days. You have 4 days to get 40% off on Tokenmetrics. So if you want to join the annual plan, you will get 40% off. Now, for perspective, we haven't really done that ever. Last Black Friday, we did give away, I would say, 50% discount to some people, right? But now that we've launched and we're kind of big, right? We wanted to give something big to our customers out there and anybody who's part of the family, right? So between Friday and Monday, you will get 40% off on Tokemetrics. We'll be sending out the code via email and also via the live stream on Black Friday. So I would definitely make sure you are on the email list for Tokemetrics to make sure you don't miss the code, because I mean, this thing might fly, right? So just to make sure you're on the email list, just go to, let me see if I can pull this up here. Give me one sec. So go to tokemetrics.com/newsletter and just subscribe. Let me pull that up here. Okay, yeah, here we go. Tokemetrics.com/newsletter and click sign up and join our newsletter. If you've been getting our emails as a customer or even the general email list, then you'll be notified with the actual code you have to enter to get 40% off on Tokemetrics. Right? Now, this will apply for 1 year. Then after that, we'll see if we continue that kind of promotion, but get it while it's available. Right? So this is a way for us to say thank you for the support for our 1 year anniversary. Bill, any other comments you want to add?
Certainly. So I'm proud to say that I was here from the beginning. It's a career accomplishment. Tokemetrics was launched when we couldn't get anyone's attention on altcoins. We stuck with the program because we knew we had the combination of the people and the technology to not only create a viable business in Tokemetrics, but also help you, our crypto audience and crypto customers. So the fact that we're still here, right? We are still here. DeFi up, DeFi down. We are still here. And if you look at the headlines, whether you've made money or lost money, I keep going back to this. You're not too late and you're not too early. You're right on time. You know, if you learn some lessons in 2020, whether they be hard lessons or easy lessons, great. Put those lessons to work with us in 2021. Because I have been in the meetings, right, where Ian works with the developers and the quant guys to create these metrics. And I get off the Zoom calls and I'm like, oh my God, you know, this makes it so much easier, particularly since we're breaking it down by exchange. I mean, this is your gateway to crypto profitability while being able to do other things. You don't have to stare in front of a screen all day to find one good DeFi coin. Our artificial intelligence models and the human analysts will help you figure it out. It's what we did this week in the big altcoins. We helped people, right? Using the AI models. When some of this stuff popped up, charts came out, customers did okay. No reason, you know, I'm not going to be right all the time. The AI is not going to be right all the time. But on those times where we're both right together, customers make money.
Well said, Bill. Well said. So once again, go to tokemetrics.com/newsletter and subscribe, sign up, and we'll be sending out the email probably around midnight on Black Friday with the actual code you can use to get 40% off of Tokemetrics. Now, if you're already a customer, meaning that let's say you joined a month ago or sometime this year. So how that would work is you could apply the 40% towards the next plan. Right? So it's kind of like a pre-order. Right? So basically you pre-order and lock that in. Don't do it on the site. If you're already a customer, just email support@tokemetrics.com or just click the chat icon in the bottom right of the screen. Open that up and that will send you straight to support and they'll take care of you. Right? So if you're a customer already, so for example, let's say you joined June 2020, right? That means, and let's say you joined the annual plan. So that means your plan won't expire until June 2021, right? But you want to get the 40% off discount, right? So what will happen is that 40% off will be applied towards your renewal. So you basically would pay only 60%, right? So you're kind of buying an extra 1 year at 40% off discount, right? And if you're a brand new customer, just put in the code at checkout and you'll get 40% off. Now, this will be, so good question here from, what's his name? Sorry. From Sky Largy. Sorry if I butchered that. Is the 40% a one-off if I pay monthly? Good question. So this is being applied towards the annual plan. We'll see if we can apply it towards the monthly plan. There are no guarantees, but it would definitely be a code that can be applied towards anybody who's joining for 1 year, right? Whether it can be applied towards a monthly plan, that we're not sure. We have to kind of confirm that, but all this will be finalized before Black Friday. So stay tuned. We'll be sending out lots of emails. So there'll be an email sent out with the actual code on Black Friday, but we'll also send out a few other emails telling you about the live stream, because this will coincide with the launch of the quant grade and trader grade, which is taking token metrics to the next level. Because now we can fully automate all the analysis with the AI. We're basically replacing the AI with a new version, right? So kind of like how Apple will send you a new OS update, or Windows will have a new OS update. Well, this is like going from like Windows XP to Windows. I don't know what Windows they have nowadays on Mac, but the same idea, right? We're upgrading, right? It's kind of like going from DOS to Windows to the most recent version of Windows, or to the most recent version of whatever we have. Caesar says, what do you get with the entry level plan? So good question. So let's go here to the pricing plans and kind of break that down. Since we do have new people joining us on the stream, I want to make sure they understand what's going on and how they can fully maximize it. Okay, so if you just go to pricing, so we have 3 plans. We have the hodler plan, we have the investor plan, and we have the professional plan. And hodler plan gets you basically top 20 coins based on market cap. You have access to all of that and the indices. Then the hodler plan gets you top 100 market cap and the price predictions. And professional gets you everything, plus the private group, plus the bi-weekly investor calls, pretty much kind of like live streams, but more private, more intimate. And you have access to all the coins. And one thing we're also launching, which has been one of the most requested features to Token Metrics, we'll be adding alerts. So this will be for an investor plan and a professional plan. So investor plan will be able to create custom watch list and get email alerts. So you can say, send me an email alert when the price prediction changes by this much, or send me an email alert when the price goes up or the grade goes up. And then for the professional plan, we'll be doing SMS text alerts. So you could be literally, I don't know, at the mall, and if the price prediction grade changes, we'll send you a text message letting you know, run to your computer and make this trade. And that's something people have been asking for, and that is coming. So email alerts is basically ready. So that should also be ready to launch on Black Friday. SMS alerts we're still working on, but that should be ready soon, hopefully by Black Friday. If not, then definitely by next month. But alerts and the quant grade and 40% off discount, now is the time to capitalize on that. So tell us what you think. If you're getting Token Metrics on Black Friday or between then and Cyber Monday, tell us down below. Okay, all right, back to the AMA. Okay, so somebody has an ultra low cap coin. I think you may have to pull up DEX tools for this, Bill, or something like that. Okay, what are your thoughts on ultra low cap coins, 100,000 to 2 million market cap. Example, DRC, digital reserve currency. Love you guys. Okay, I mean, first of all, I always preface this by saying those are typically illiquid and they can be pump and dumps. And that's how people typically get wrecked and lose money. So projects with that low of a cap, unless you know what you're doing and you've done the research and everything is legit, treat it as a short-term trade. Basically, day traded, swing traded. But if you've done your research and you know it's super legit, then you can have more confidence holding it long term. But you have to really know that it's going to be very, very illiquid. Bill, could you pull this up and let's see if this is even available? DRC. Let me check CoinGecko. DRC, digital reserve. Okay. Yes, so over 1,000 in market cap. Okay, 250,000 market cap. Trading only 55,000. So, I mean, honestly, these are the coins I typically would avoid because it's just illiquid. In general, my general rule of thumb is you want at least 10% of the market cap to be traded every day. So this is kind of there. So basically, I would expect at least 27,000 or more a day, and they have about 2 times that, but it's still a small amount. I mean, this is nothing, right? So if you're trading this, you basically can't put in more than 5 grand, otherwise you're going to move the markets, right? So you then take this and take 10% of that to kind of have a good idea, right? So you can only sell about 5 grand a day, sell or buy, without affecting the markets too much. And that assumes this is not fake trading volume. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know much about this coin. Bill, were you able to find this?
I am. Here we go. Okay, so here's DRC. Okay, again, it's versus ETH, right? Okay, so these things can be a little bit hard to chart. It seems like this has a pattern where they'll moon it and then they'll drop it. Okay, I'm always careful when I see that, particularly right here. This could have been an offload, right? In other words, it's been trending higher and then somebody came in probably with a big order and then somebody unloaded. The chart is actually decent looking, but you always have to be careful of being a late stage buyer in these type of coins, right? If you're buying the type of dip that you're currently seeing there, you better have done your homework, honestly.
All right, so let us know. Have you done your homework down below? And thank you, Bill. Okay, all right, on to the next one. Okay, you have $10,000 right now, and you must invest in 5 altcoins. Which ones do you invest in, and how much money do you put in them? Good question. Good question. Well, I mean, the short answer is I would pick the altcoins that the quant grade gives me when we launch, and the quant AI indices. So Black Friday, this coming Friday, sign up. Make sure you're a customer at tokenmetrics.com, because we built that for a reason, right? We built that to also help us invest and make money. So whatever 5 altcoins will give me is what I would put my money in. Then it would also depend on the time horizon. So let's say it's a 1 year time horizon, but in crypto that's kind of long. I would say maybe the quarterly probably makes more sense, right? But let me see if I can pull that up here, since we are working on the portfolios. Just give me 1 second here to make a modification, since we're doing this on the fly. So you said 5 coins with $10,000. I'm actually just doing a custom input into the model. And okay, so let's say $10,000, 5 coins as of basically today with max weight. I mean, with a minimum of, let's say 5% into one coin. And we'll make this quarterly. And let's say it is, yeah, so quarterly quant grade. Okay, I hope this works. Okay, all right, so this did work. Okay, but so right now the quarterly quant grade had to build a portfolio. This is the raw data. Don't worry, on Friday we'll have the nice GUIs and everything to show you. But basically, the weights here are the percentages. So it would have 52% in Bitcoin. It would have 15% in Ethereum. So Ethereum is that altcoin. 12% in Tether. So stablecoin. So basically Bitcoin, Ether, and stablecoins. So this is it's basically saying the money is in large caps, basically Bitcoin and ETH. Okay, let's expand this to, because this was only looking at 5 coins, right? So if we shift this to look at a lot more coins, let's make this, let's say 10 coins. Let me see what it gives us here. Okay, okay, interesting here. So took off the filter, changed it to 10 coins. So we have Bitcoin at 37%. We have Ethereum at almost 11%. Tether, Paxos, so basically about 15% in stablecoins so far, plus another 7, so about 21% in stablecoins. XRP. Okay, so the quant grade really likes XRP. That was a coin Bill was also talking about it. It's on the move. And the rest is stablecoin, Litecoin as well. Bill was just talking about that. And Monero and Bitcoin Cash. Wow. This is textbook, literally the portfolio Bill showed in the beginning of the show, the Coinbase portfolio, almost, minus Monero. But it pretty much, yeah, so what this tells us is if you're trading for the next 3 months, it thinks the move are in large cap alts. So Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, Monero, and Bitcoin Cash. Bill, any comments?
Certainly. So, I'm always happy when the computer is on my side. I don't like to be on the wrong end of it with AI. I think people have to get their head wrapped around it this way. If I went up to you and said, here's an idea for a small altcoin that could do 2x or 3x, you'd be like, tell me about it. But if I went to you and said, here's a coin that's been dead for 2 years that could 2 or 3 or 4x, you'd be like, I'm not interested. And that's what everybody was thinking with, like, say, Ripple and Bitcoin Cash right before these things just took off. Right. So, the computer is going to like what it's going to like for a reason. Right. And it likes up and sit, or it likes stuff that has gone down and has been doing that. The bigger the base, the higher into space. Right. So keep an open mind on these altcoins, right? There's going to be a rotation game to be played in 2021. I know we all want to push a button and have somebody deliver a Lambo up front, but there's going to be more work involved. You'll be going from Bitcoin to large alts to small alts, and our AI will help you do that rotation.
And one thing to add to that. So back in 2017, I discovered even the large cap coins can 100x. Because people, when they think of 100x, they're thinking of sub 100 market cap coins. But because I got into Ethereum towards the fall of 2016, this was around October, Ethereum was about $8 or $9. Ethereum went to 1400, right? So it did over 100x return. This is the number two market cap coin, because back then I think it was still XRP and some others, but Ethereum did 100x. So did XRP, because in beginning of early 2017, we were trading XRP when it was below a penny. Imagine if we hodled, right? We would be having this on our yacht, because XRP was my first 10x. Because I was trading it below a penny, then I hodled from 3 cents all the way to like 35 cents, and I sold. XRP went to $3. So what really changed my mind was when I met Jeremy Gardner, good friend of mine. I went down to the crypto mansion in Miami, and I was like, well, hey, what was your best investment? I was expecting some low cap hidden gem. He said, XRP. I said, XRP? He said he made almost 1,000x return on that, because he had that below a penny and hodled. So while people are looking for the next 100x or 1,000x, what if it's in a large cap coin that's right in front of us, right? So, I mean, keep that in mind.
Dash, right? Or something like that, right?
Yeah. Right. So keep that in mind next time you're looking for a big investment, right? Basically, what I'm trying to say is don't overlook the large cap coins, because they can also rally and go on a huge run. And there's a lot less risk than those low cap gems that are illiquid, right? Especially if these coins get added on PayPal, that's huge, right? And what if Square adds Ethereum as an option, or Bitcoin Cash, or Litecoin, right? So definitely keep that in mind. So tell us what you think down below. Looks like the XRP army is very happy about that.
Yes, we have been giving them a lot to be happy about on the show.
All right. Okay. Next question. Okay. Four-year cycle versus lengthening cycles for Bitcoin. Which has the most merit? Which do you want? Bill and Ian, which is the best for the crypto community? Okay, not sure what you mean by four-year cycle. Do you mean the halving? I'm not quite sure I get this question. Okay. Whoever asked the question, could you maybe clarify down in the comments below? Okay.
Okay, I looked it up. I can help out with this, I think.
Okay, go ahead.
I haven't looked them both up, but I like the idea of this lengthening cycle. Okay. Meaning, I showed you my field trip to Galveston, where I was both having fun and studying waves, looking to find or test a theory that this next crypto bull market is going to be like something you had in equities, where it just kind of goes up and up and up and up, and there'll be a 25% correction, and it just goes up and up and up, like multi-year. You can't use the word multi-year in crypto, especially after what DeFi did this year, right? But I do think this idea of a lengthening cycle, right? The bull market periods are going to be longer and longer. So last one was like 2016, 2017. This one is going to be 2020 to 2022, I think, right? And again, to expand on what Ian was saying, I mean, if Bitcoin can be forecasted to be 100,000, and then institutions have to start buying other coins like Dash or Zcash, and then those coins get wrapped and travel on the Ethereum blockchain so that institutions can earn a rate of return, what happens to the DeFi space? DeFi is just like a little highway for retail traders making a fortune. What happens when the 18-wheelers start driving down the DeFi highway? Right. That's how huge. You get that lengthening cycle, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good point there. Good point. So I also did make a quick search on Google. Looks like Into the Cryptoverse has been talking about this because this is what happened on Bitcoin.com. So actually, I do watch his content here and there. I kind of like it because he's also he's basically he likes to use analytics and data. He basically uses logarithmic charts, I believe, to chart Bitcoin and crypto, which is kind of interesting. But I mean, this is definitely outside my wheelhouse, so I'll just stop there. I'll stick to AI. But tell us what you think about this question. So do you believe the 4-year cycle versus nothing cycle? Do you believe one is better than the other? Tell us down below in the comments. All right, next question. Okay, so this is a TA request. Hello guys, any thoughts about Oasis Network? Rose. So this project has been getting listed on lots of coins. I mean, on lots of exchanges. They just launched their mainnet, I believe. Let me double check because I have been hearing a lot about them recently. And as Bill pulls that up, because this we do not have on Tokenmetrics, but once they launch the quant grades, we'll be able to import all these coins and grade them in real time. So this is a project on CoinGecko. Let me know when you're ready, Bill. Okay.
Almost.
It's trading on Binance. Okay.
Right. I have the Binance pair versus Tether. Okay. So here's what we're working with. One thing I notice is when coins like this come out, there's always a flood of people who kind of are cashing out, right? And you can see that the point where they're cashing out is right around 4 cents. So again, it's November 22nd, Sunday. We're actually looking at a 15-minute chart here of Rose, which is going to be dated probably pretty quick, but I can give you an overall picture. People are selling this at the level where a crash started. Okay. And as you can see, which is not very usual for crypto, the consolidation, like where buyers are fighting with sellers, is actually an expanding range. Okay. Now, why is that important? Well, because if this thing broke through resistance, right, there would be enough power to actually propel it through the top of this line. And if that were to happen, you could get much, much higher prices. Now, that sounds great, but to be honest with you, as of Sunday, it looks like the sellers are winning. Okay. But if you were a dip buyer in this thing, you know, if it got to say 37 cents, okay, that might be a time to take your shot. You know, beyond that, it's tough to say much more.
All right. Thank you, Bill. So tell us what you think. Are you bullish or bearish on Oasis Network? Share your comments down below. Okay. All right. So let's go to the chat. Apologies. I saw that we have some super chats that I missed. So I want to make sure we get to them. Thank you to everybody who participated. Okay, so here's the first super chat. Okay, super chat from Enjoy Football. I think this is in Swedish crowns. Thank you, Ian. I have 1,000 to invest and want to make at least 10,000 by January 2021. That's basically in 2 months. Can you show me which coins you recommend? I'm ready to take the risk, and I don't have a problem if I lose all my money. Okay, all right. Okay, cowboy. All right, so first statement I would say is not financial advice.
Not investment advice, yes.
Yeah, not investment advice. But basically, this person is a trader and is looking to make money. I would say don't chase the 10x, just have a good portfolio. The 10x will find you. right? If you do the work, the 10x will find you, right? So like earlier we showed the quant portfolio, but let's do the same thing and change it to monthly. Okay, so let me just make that update real quick, because I would do that quant portfolio I just mentioned, the quarterly or the monthly, right? So let me just take a look here. Actually, the monthly you won't really like, because what it has here, there's still a safe place, right? So looking at this, let me make this full screen. So it has Bitcoin, lots of stable coins. It has let's see, 42%, 43% in Bitcoin, 8% in state Tether, 7% in stablecoin. So Pax Gold, NEM, it has NEM and Celsius. So I know lots of people in our private group have been talking about Celsius, and that's also been moving. But I mean, because this portfolio is optimized to have the best risk to return ratio, right? Now, let's say though, you're a high roller and you wanted to find a low cap gem, right? So you don't care about diversifying. So if we go to what the quant grade has over the next, we'll say 1 month, right? So not worried about diversifying. What do we have? Okay, we have Aave and we have P Network. So this one, some potential, but the score is not as high as Aave. But P Network is a DeFi project with a market cap under 10 million. So worth keeping an eye on. We did share this with a private network earlier in the week. Third chain, Sora, XOR, but all these are monthly and the score is not too high. So, but if we change to quarterly, so quarterly, once again, Aave, third chain, IoT chain, okay, this and all these are not really looked into. P Network again, Quark Chain, Synthetics, Hex, Sora, right? So these are the coins. If you're trying to hit for home run, Aave, Thorchain, now P Network. Let's pull that up because that has been coming up a lot. Now, our team is actually in the process of doing a code review on this, but let me pull it up here on CoinGecko. And Bill, could you also maybe pull that up, P Network? Okay, so market cap 10 million. So for those who like low cap gems, this is one worth keeping an eye on. If we go to the site here, I think we covered this a while back before, and some people in the community were looking into it. So, okay, so the heartbeat of cross-chain composability. Okay, what exactly do they do? Okay, it doesn't really tell us what they do. If we could go to their white paper or something. All I know is this, actually maybe a white paper might be here. Okay, just says infrastructure project for DeFi. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why they have a low market cap. Okay, it says aim to solve blockchain's walled garden limitation, a set of security-oriented technologies designed to boost the blockchain ecosystem. Okay. Okay, so I'm just trying to find out what exactly they do. They definitely could do a better job stating what they actually do. Okay, so cross-chain composability. Okay, so it looks like they're trying to do cross-chain DeFi. I mean, that's a big problem if that's the case. But anyway, Bill, how does the TA look like on this project?
Okay, let me bring this up. Okay, so it took a while. This is a 2-hour chart of P Network versus Wrapped ETH on Uniswap. Okay, now, you know, if you don't mind losing all your money, the best way to lose all your money is put it in something that doesn't trade every 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, this may be amazing, but no one thinks it's amazing because no one's even trading it. Right now, I have a different answer to the reader's question. Okay. This is an article from December 4th, 2018. Okay. This is about companies in Venezuela, fast food chains, pizza places, and chicken establishments started accepting Dash. Okay. Dash, which shows up right here in our value investor quarterly indexes. As a matter of fact, Dash is everywhere in our AI portfolios. So, not investment advice on any one coin, but the point is, yes, it can be exciting if you get that low cap gem that does the 100x. Can also be fun if you had $1,000. I mean, what is Dash trading per unit? Like 83? You can get yourself 10 Dash and 89. You can get yourself 10 Dash. And if it goes to 300, then you can go find a low cap coin. Again, not investment advice, but ETH, Litecoin, Ripple, your dad's crypto.
Absolutely. So actually, I did end up finding out what this project actually does. So if you go down here, so it says P tokens can teleport any token to a different blockchain without frictions. Liquidity unchained. So it looks like they're trying to compete with Ren and with Thorchain, but for DeFi. Okay, very interesting. Once again, we've not done an official review on this, so don't go there and FOMO, otherwise you lose all your money. But we are in the process of doing a code review. Once done, this will be emailed out to our customers via the email list, and also we'll cover this on the private investor call on to our pro users. But anyway, those are the high risk, high reward coins. Once again, not financial advice. You're likely to lose all your money, but you said you're okay with that. So there you go. So tell us what you think down below. Okay, on to the next question. Actually, yeah, there was a second super chat. So anyway, thank you for that. Next one. Okay, this is from Jarek. Not sure it's a question, but thank you. He's saying second highest weekly close for Bitcoin. I'm not sure if that's a question or a statement. Okay. Then let me see if there's any other super chat here. Okay, anyway, that's it for super chats. Okay, Amish says Dash had a better ROI than ETH last cycle, I think. Okay, Spartacus says Celsius to the moon. Celsius away, third chain, cross chain, Dash 10. Okay. All right, so let's continue here. So this is a question for Bill. A debatable amount of information has come out that the bull run will end at the end of 2021. Do you plan to exit out of Bitcoin and alts when the season ends? I mean, I'm not sure what information you're speaking to. I did see Alessio Rastani, YouTuber, also have a video today come up talking about the ABC formation and Elliott wave theory, talking about a crash to 4,000. I think he was just responding to that. I don't think he was agreeing to it per se. But I mean, all of us don't have a crystal ball to predict what's going to happen by end of 2021. If we did, we'll be having this on our yacht, right? As Bill says.
All right. Well, the most important aspect of this question is what's going to happen to humanity by the end of 2021, right? That's the most important thing. You know, I know in crypto, it's like go time. But the reason it's go time in crypto is because you've got a lot of suffering out there. So I don't know who's saying it's all over in 2021. I actually don't agree. I'm guessing this is going to be just like stocks. You know, you'll have, it'll go up. You'll have sell in May and go away, right? So there'll be a May correction. You know, you'll have possibly Rectember and Rocktober to the downside. And then you'll have another November, December Santa rally. And everything that applies to equities is going to apply to crypto, as repulsive as that may seem, because the guys who are going to bid it up and drain it out of the system are the same players from equities. It's the same algorithms, and it's going to create new price action.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, right now, everything is very, very bullish. So, and historically speaking, if you go back and look at every Bitcoin halving, the bull run is not as huge, but it lasts usually twice as long. So going based on that, even though it's a small sample size, I mean, I would expect the bull run to be longer. But I mean, maybe this time it could be even bigger, right? Because if it's really a blow off top and all these big players are coming in, it could be huge, right? So I think we're just starting. But once again, nobody knows what could really happen, right? Mark says it's all about TA. Carissa says, good point regarding humanity, Bill. Okay, people are saying Bitcoin is going down right now. Okay, all right, well, let us know what you think down below. Okay, so time to continue. Okay, we've already answered this question about DeFi projects, so we're gonna have to skip that. Okay, here's a question talking about UMA, a project we covered before in the past. All right, hello, what do you think about UMA? Can it be a top 10 project? Okay, I mean, UMA did pretty well in the last DeFi season. It did a 15x, which is not bad. It got added to Coinbase. So it basically passed the Coinbase test, which means that if newbies enter crypto, they can buy it on Coinbase and they can really go. And the technology, we do have this reviewed on our platform. The technology is decent, it's good, right? So we know that it's not like a scam, basically. Now, we have covered this before in the show, and we were pretty bullish on it. But looking at this, right now, it's just okay. And once we switch to the quant grade, we'll better be able to assess where we think it's going. Right now, the price prediction just shows it basically being flat on the site. So not really seeing much here. Bill, are you seeing anything on the TA front?
So I'm always keeping my eye on like the UMAs and the DIAs of the world, right? To see if there's anything interesting happening. Okay, so it's Sunday, November 22nd. This is basically a daily chart. And what you can see with UMA is that, people who got caught holding bags just kept on selling, right? They sold early October, mid-October, and they have done nothing but sell for the whole month of November. So every time it goes green, there's a seller. So, okay. Now, I'm torn on this because this is the time. This is what all alts looked like before the last alt season, right? Everything was just sort of like making a base. Everyone was in the process of giving up. Okay. And here's what I'll tell you. I don't want to give up on any altcoin on Coinbase. Yes, this is not trading well. Obviously, people made more money in Aave, Uni, Yearn. This action right now, it's kind of dumping a little here. This is like a short-term chart. Okay. But the thing is, you see these greens, right? These green sections on this short-term chart. Bulls are trying to run this up. They're trying to run it up. And I don't know if I want to give up on anything that's on Coinbase. I'm not trying to be a Coinbase pump guy, but folks, the whole world's coming to crypto. The whole world's coming. And they got to start at either Binance or Coinbase or, if they're going to trade, right? So, somebody who doesn't know anything about crypto will start with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they're eventually it's not a big list. It's not a big list, right? There's like Band Protocol, UMA, OMG, Ren. There's not a lot of choices. So, okay, is this exciting right this second? No. Would I buy this as a part of a portfolio, like allocate 2%? Sure. Because again, remember the waves from earlier, right? What happens if this is like a little wave and then, some kind of catalyst comes out? I mean, the worst scenario right now is it's between 7 and 9 and it's boring. The best case scenario is it goes to 21. I don't know anything about it per se, but don't give up on the small coins.
Well said, especially if it's on Coinbase. Now, so going back to the question, can this be a top 10 coin? I would say anything is possible in crypto, right? But I think it's unlikely. I would probably look at synthetics getting to top 10 status faster than UMA would, even though I'm bullish on both projects. But with that being said, I mean, I think it's possible in crypto. So tell us down below, do you think UMA can become a top 10 coin? There was a comment here. Ben J says, I don't know if UMA can become a top 10, but anything is possible, I guess. Yeah, anything is possible in crypto. I mean, we saw Chainlink do it. Anything is possible. If they can rally a community, they can go to the moon and beyond. So tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay, here's a question I think Bill's going to like. Can Zcash become private money? So Zcash is a optional privacy coin. It's basically a privacy coin, but it's optional to the point where you can, it's a fork of Bitcoin with an option to turn on privacy. I know, Bill, you've kind of been talking lots about privacy coins. Could you kind of maybe share your stance on that?
I'd be happy to. So not to overstate the point, okay, but this is a coin-based product, right? I have a chart target of 88. Okay. And eventually there's going to be demand across the board for privacy coins. First, it was Monero, right? And then Zcash is starting to pick up. Now, this is sort of interesting territory because I don't know how Uncle Sam is going to react if Zcash goes to 200. But it is clear from looking at this, like if you look at, say, a 1 week chart, okay, that essentially everything I've drawn on the Zcash chart can't even be seen because, watch this. Almost done. look where it came from. This is this whole idea that small coins can go up, big coins can go up a lot. Like Zcash used to trade at 275. Like Zcash topped up here at 350. Somebody says, why can't Zcash trade at 350? There's no reason, right? I mean, it was there before, right? And now we're invoking the token metrics axiom: the bigger the base, the higher in the space. Zcash has done nothing for 2 straight years, right? I mean, what happens one day when that tidal wave of money comes in? And, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think these coins are going to play a big role in DeFi. It's not going to be just wrapped Bitcoin. It's not going to be just wrapped ETH. It's going to be all these other coins are going to be used in the DeFi system to generate returns. They're going to become collateral, right? And I know that nobody processes that really, because even though people love cryptocurrencies, they only think about them going up in price. But there's a psychology to it that's important. So can Zcash become private money? Oh, yeah. Can Zcash become money, period? Oh, yeah. It doesn't have to be private. It could. That's nice. But, yen, euro, dollar, sterling, Swiss franc, Canadian dollar, ruble, real, peso, renminbi. You're going to have crypto company, right? They're going to have crypto. They're going to have like Coke and Pepsi, Bitcoin and dollar. Just fill in the blanks all the way down the fiat chart, right? Poor fiat car company. They sent out a tweet to Bitcoiners or crypto people. They're like, hey, why do you guys hate us? Hey, whenever it says fiat, everyone's talking about the car company. No, folks. We're talking about multiple currencies in a huge, if you Google the daily turnover in the foreign exchange markets, it's massive, right? So if little cryptocurrencies come along and start to, not necessarily compete, but give people, an alternative. So I'm seeing here on Google, the daily turnover per day in the fiat FX markets is 5 trillion per day. That's the turnover. That's the volume in the foreign exchange market. 5.1 trillion. Okay.
Yeah, that's huge.
Right. I mean, if, and we're all like, oh my God, alt market cap is 200 billion. Oh my God. There's 12 billion locked up in DeFi. Stop it. I mean, it's like a little sprout growing out of the ground, and it's going to eventually wind up being a huge redwood tree.
I like that. Huge redwood tree. All right. That's a great take there, Bill. Let me see what else I wanted to cover. Yeah. All right. So tell us what you think down below. We'll get to the next section. Okay. Okay. Here's a question on Satoshi. If Satoshi is still alive and moves his Bitcoins from his wallet and sells them, what do you think will happen to the Bitcoin market? Okay. I mean, I think we can speculate, but I don't think anybody really knows, because you have one camp that would say that would cause people to sell and cash out, because it's basically this large amount of Bitcoin that could possibly get dumped on the market. And so I would say maybe short term there would be a huge crash. Probably, I think it would be kind of maybe like Black Thursday, because people would just want to hedge and not even risk it in case he's actually selling. But long term, I don't think it's gonna matter much. Bill?
Okay, so assuming we're talking about a large order in the Bitcoin market. So this could be Satoshi or any whale. Once upon a time, they had to ship it to an exchange and just dump it until their order was filled. Or maybe they would call an OTC desk. Well, now, folks, they're going to call an OTC desk. And that OTC desk probably has salespeople that are connected to all the big corporations, right? Microsoft, Google, you know, PayPal, Square. How long before this is, we were talking about the Fed balance sheet. How long before this is on bank balance sheets? Right? So if there's a big seller in the market on the telephone, like, wait, I have another telephone here. He'll like, wait, you need it? Okay, done. And it might go through the market with minimal ripples. There's too many big buyers out there. I mean, I understand if all whales sell at once or some huge whale, I know, you know, we all know what can happen in crypto. I think the price action has changed.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay, so we're getting lots of comments regarding reserve RSR. So could you pull that up? Okay, because Benji says, I bought reserve when PayPal announced they would support crypto because of reserve's connection to founder PayPal, Peter Thiel. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so Peter Thiel is an investor and advisor to reserve. Now, disclosure, I also do own reserve, as I mentioned earlier in the show.
Okay, so I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to make it real simple. So a lot of smart people I know like reserve. Okay. I've read a little bit about the story and it's interesting, right? I don't know if it's just going to draw it or not, but okay. So with reserve, what I'm waiting for here is what's called maybe the teacup and handle formation. Okay. So it's November 20th, Sunday. Okay. And I'm looking at the reserve chart. This is 4 hours. And what I'm looking at or looking for is over here, I'm looking for a consolidation in reserve over, say, between now and the end of November, right? And that will help reserve make what's called the teacup. That's the yellow shaded region, and possibly the handle, which would be the gray region. This is another version of the bigger the base, the higher into space, but it's more traditional in that it's called a rounding bottom. And then some people have referred to it as the teacup and handle. Okay. So let me just put the title on the chart. Okay. Again, it's a 4-hour chart, Sunday, November 22nd. Folks, the bottom line is if reserve rights goes sideways and does a consolidation, it has a shot at really going up, right? Yeah, I think this also lends an argument that there are coins from the last DeFi cycle. Like I think people are like, oh my God, I've got to go out and find the next thing in DeFi. And they're getting scammed, right? Reserve, Aave, Ren, you know, Rune, all of these plays, they're not dead. They just went up and went down a lot. It happens all the time, especially in new innovative arenas. I mean, in equities, it was a 2-year thing. It was 98 to 2000 up and then 2000 to 2002 down. Isn't it better in crypto to just go July and August up, September, October down, done, reset, pray you have some capital left, and then sort out winners from losers? I mean, they didn't reinvent the internet at the bottom of the tech stock bust in 2002. I mean, it wasn't AOL, but it certainly was Amazon, right? Google IPO 2 years later, but there was a Cisco, Intel, you know, there were a lot of plays we put out a tweet where I was like, hey, Chainlink is the new Cisco, and all the things in DeFi are the new NASDAQ. So let the quant models pick this stuff up for you. Let the price action determine what the next thing to jump into is, because there is a lot of money to be made on existing coins. And that's just DeFi. I'm not talking about just Coinbase anymore. I'm talking about, your reserves, your synthetics. The quant grade's going to tell you. I can't wait. And I know I
can't
work
wait
here.
either.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah. And speaking of the quant grade, we'll be doing the live stream tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Mark your calendars. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on push notifications and alerts on YouTube, and be ready. Be ready, because it is coming. And once again, Black Friday promotion, starting from Black Friday all the way until Cyber Monday, you can get 40% discount if you've subscribed to Token Metrics, or if you renew your current subscription. So 40% off, and you have 4 days to get it as we launch the new quant grade and trader grade. And we're also launching alerts as well. So definitely big time for our 1-year birthday anniversary, because we couldn't do it without you. Thank you to our crypto family. It's Crypto Thanksgiving, and we're blessed to have this with you. All right, so let's wrap this up soon. Let's take maybe one last question. This is a question about Token Metrics Academy. Okay, can you please tell us more about Token Metrics Academy? Will it be included in all account subscriptions, and will it cover topics like day trading? Yes, it will. So the plan is we'll be creating an online course that we think is going to be the Bible of crypto investing. This will be in all types of media platforms. So we'll have videos, we'll have audio, we'll have an audiobook on Audible that people can purchase, we'll have an ebook, we'll have a physical book that people can buy from bookstores, but the videos will be on YouTube for free, because we want to make sure that people can actually find them and use them, regardless of whether you have money or not. And then if you want to take the test, you'd have to be a customer to take the test. And once you take the test, you can get certified as a crypto investor. So certified in Token Metrics, essentially, right? So think of this as the new gold standard for crypto investing, being put together by our team. And so if you want to make a career change, go full-time into crypto, if you tell somebody, hey, you passed a Token Metrics investment test, that could be it. Because right now we're planning on having 14 modules, as we mentioned last week. So we'll have intro to blockchain and crypto, intro to fundamental analysis, TA, risk management, portfolio management, doing technology reviews and code reviews. Well, I mean, not getting deep into the code, but kind of how to evaluate technology and cryptocurrency projects. We'll be covering DeFi, NFTs, how to store your crypto securely, right? So pretty much this will be the Bible you can give to anybody, any newbie, or even anybody who's intermediate. Have them go through it and become proficient in crypto. Right? This is how we onboard new people into the crypto space. And we're making this available in all types of different content platforms. So we'll find you in your preferred medium of choice. So wherever you like to learn. So if you like to learn visually, or through audio or through reading, we'll create something for you and get you to become a crypto master. Bill, any other words?
Yeah, I remember when I started in this business that I bought the technical analysis textbook, and I used to take the train from Jersey into Manhattan, and I used to go to like a big conference room in the bank that I worked in and just study. Right. It had a workbook too. So you could have like quiz questions. This is 1991. Now you've got Token Metrics Academy. So no need to do the commute into Manhattan. Not that you would want to go there anyway. You have it all at your fingertips. You're not too early. You're not too late. You're right on time. And getting educated at Token Metrics Academy, okay, gives you the power to understand the things that our models and our people are telling you so that when the real crypto rally happens, the one that humanity needs and remembers, you will be there.
All right. Thank you, Bill. So once again, we're targeting to launch that towards, I would say maybe middle or maybe end of next year. Could be earlier, but right now we've kind of been teasing by putting out some content on YouTube. But very, very excited for this because this is what people need. People need knowledge to get into crypto, and we're working hard to provide that. So tell us what you think. Tell us what other topics you would want us to create content on down below in the comments. Okay, all right. Well, it's been 2.5 hours or so of crypto Thanksgiving on this live stream. If you enjoyed the live stream, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Let them know that we're giving away 40% discount on token metrics between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, because this is when people need to get in. And also tell them we'll be launching the quant grade. So as we mentioned, the quant grade live streams will be on Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Then we'll also have one on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Then we'll have a Black Friday live stream at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Then we'll have our typical Sunday live stream at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Then we'll also have a Cyber Monday live stream at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So mark your calendars, because this is the most live streams we've ever had for Token Metrics as we celebrate our 1-year birthday anniversary. We could not do this without you. Bill, any last words to our crypto family?
Folks, DeFi 2.0 is coming. And the way you get involved is with us, right? Like, what do I do for DeFi in 2021? You hit the Token Metrics subscription button. Even if you have to give up Starbucks for a month, do it. Because we're talking about the ability to generate wealth long-term. And we're also talking about the ability to survive what's going on out there in the world. I love my job because it's so important. It's so important to help you. And I want you to be there with us when the rocket takes off.
So true, so true. And yeah, I mean, it's been 1 year of working with our Token Metrics crypto family. Thank you for all the feedback. We could not have built this product without you. And we're always working to take your input every single day. And the launch of the quant grade and trader grade, the email alerts, the text alerts, all this has been from your input. So keep on giving us the feedback, because it helps us make a better product, and the product gets better, and we'll know it's working when it's making everybody money, right? Because that's basically our North Star is, are we making people money? And we want to make sure we can help people build wealth by taking our AI technology that's typically reserved for the top 1%, and making it available to everybody else, right? To the other 99%. Because if you go back in 2018, when Bitcoin dropped 72%, quant funds still made money. Crypto quant funds made 8% that year. When Bitcoin went down 70%, quant funds still made money. And one stat people don't really know is, actually this comes from eToro, but it's pretty common across almost every exchange. eToro says that 80% of traders, basically their customers, lose money and quit within 2 years. And this applies across all exchanges, whether crypto or even equities. People lose money because they're competing against professionals, whales, quant funds, who have the technology, the people in-house. Well, Token Metrics is your edge. Token Metrics is your in-house quant fund that's giving you that same level of research for a fraction of the cost. So now you can compete and make money as all these institutions get into crypto. So be sure to join us at tokenmetrics.com. Go there, subscribe. And as we mentioned, we'll have a 40% discount coming on Black Friday. Join that newsletter at tokenmetrics.com/newsletter to get the email with the coupon code. So you take care of that as soon as we launch. All right. With that being said, we'll see you tomorrow on the live stream, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you, crypto family. As we like to say, the moon is not the limit to the moon and beyond. Thank you, Bill.
Thank
Take
you.
care.